Hi, this is E.T., and this is E.T.'s Vice. Okay, it's one of many. It's a vice that's under attack today by mainstream media, by the states, and by the federal government. Even the president has spoken about it. And I'm going to go into the reasons why this is under an attack today, and I'm going to suggest to you that despite some of the negatives, there are some health benefits attached to it. Come on in, let's talk about it. Okay, here is one of my vapes. Here's another vape. Got another one here. It's like a kid collecting toy trains. I started out about 10 years ago, having smoked since off and on age 14. Got very serious when I joined the Army at 17, and up to 2-3 packs a day. And for the past decade, I've been off because of vaping. Now, the first cigarettes that came out were duplicates of cigarettes, but they were ceramic and very heavy. And you had to suck on it real hard to get any smoke at all. But it was enough to get me off, and I'm very grateful for that. Now, if you buy one today, you got a real piece of engineering. You have a battery or a mod, and then on top you've got a place to put your liquid, and there's a piece of cotton inside that'll absorb it, and whatever it heats up, and you can get the vape. E.T. found that it would be a good idea to have an engineering degree to figure out really how to program one of these. But it's fairly easy to set it to just one thing. What I do is put it at about 30 watts, and I get a tobacco juice here of about 18 milligrams. I get it from a good store with a little menthol in it. That's just me. They can set it up for you if you're interested in doing that. If you're a tobacco addict, if you have not touched tobacco at this point in your life, do not pick up vaping. Considering that this channel is devoted to health, aging, and politics, it may seem a bit counterproductive to be advocating vaping, but it's a means to get off of tobacco. And tobacco is, do I need to tell you this, dangerous? In Washington State, which I'm going to be talking about, I'm living here now, about 8,000 people die per year. So it is reported, of cigarette or other tobacco-related disease. What you don't hear, though, is that there are some positive benefits to nicotine, to the brain, along with caffeine. I'll put a study up here above. But the point is that vaping is something to get you off of tobacco, and that's the point here. Let's look at some facts. Washington State rakes in big money, as do the other states, from tobacco. There's a financial incentive to keep people smoking or getting tobacco in whatever form. In this state, the cigarette tax is about $3, a little over $3. And then add to that for a pack. And then add to that about 50 cents for the regular sales tax. So we've got $3.50 some cents that the state rakes in from one pack of cigarettes. You buy a carton and you're paying over $30 in taxes to the state. Now, Washington State in 2017 got, because of a 1998 settlement with the tobacco companies, about $150 million. Now, that was intended to go to Medicaid costs that were somewhat high due to tobacco-related diseases. but in fact, that money, that 150 million, along with all of the taxes collected from the sale of tobacco products, all that money goes in Washington state and other states, not all of them, into the state's general fund to pay for education and other things, but not as has been requested by the federal government for programs to get people to quit and never to partake in tobacco. Now, E.T.'s point should be clear at this point. States pull in big money from the sale of tobacco, and the money in many states goes into the general fund. Tobacco consumption has been, in some states, dramatically reduced because of these. So, is there not a big financial incentive for state legislatures and governors to get people back onto tobacco, which is what will happen if people are no longer allowed to vape? What I think is going to happen, it's a guess, is this: that many states like Washington, after a short period of concern, during which vaping is going to be banned outright, or like in this state, will have its flavoring removed, the states will, after that period, up the tax on these. And they will up the tax on not just the flavoring, but the batteries too, the mods. Then they're going to forget about all of the horror stories that have come out regarding vaping. Stories that I think may be, in some cases, fabricated, in some cases misconstrued, where it was assumed by the viewer of a TV show that somebody vaped from a reputable store and in fact vaped something that they should not have. Maybe a knockoff product sold at a Jiffy store somewhere, maybe a concoction, more than likely, that the vapor made him or herself. Well, that's what E.T. thinks. Do you think that is rationalization from an addict? Maybe so. Put your comments below, and while you're at it, subscribe to this channel and hit the like or the dislike icon. It doesn't matter. Thank you.